Greetings, beloved individuals, and welcome to True Soul Tarot Guidance. I am Alara. If you are visiting this channel for the first time, I offer you a heartfelt welcome. For those who are already part of our community, it is delightful to have you return. This evening, I am sharing another message of spiritual guidance for the collective. Today's reading focuses on a particularly intriguing subject. The messages presented today are profound, intense, and designed to enlighten you about the realities at play. You may find this unexpected. The individual who harbors genuine, deep feelings for you is, in fact, younger than you, and this is not merely a fleeting interest or attraction. I am referring to something emotional, something significant, that has been quietly developing within them for an extended period. You may have overlooked this person. You may have assumed they do not match your level, or perhaps you never considered that they could have such feelings for you. However, their heart conveys a very different message. Once you become aware of this, your perception of them will inevitably change. This reading is timeless, so whenever you encounter it, it is intended for you in this moment. As always, please take only what resonates with you and disregard the rest. The three cards drawn here are the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. Immediately, a compelling emotional narrative begins to unfold. This is not mere coincidence. This is someone who began with modest feelings, almost innocent and uncertain. Yet, those feelings did not remain small. They evolved. They deepened, intensified, and became far more substantial than you might anticipate. What is particularly surprising is that this person may seem younger, perhaps even a bit playful or immature on the surface, but internally, their emotions for you are maturing in a very serious manner. So please stay with me as the insights these cards provide regarding their true feelings, intentions, and desires concerning you will fundamentally alter your perception of this connection when all these energies converge. The Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. It transcends a mere tale of attraction. It represents a profound emotional odyssey. This individual did not simply fall for you in an instant. Rather, they gradually, deeply, and sincerely developed feelings of love for you. It commences with the energy of the Page of Cups, which is gentle, innocent, and somewhat concealed. This is the origin of their emotions. Initially, it was merely a flicker, a subtle curiosity. They became aware of you. There was something about you that felt distinct, comforting, and captivating. At that moment, they could not fully comprehend it. They might have even attempted to dismiss it. However, the more they encountered you, the stronger their attraction grew. You were never just another individual in their eyes. There was an aspect of your essence that resonated with their heart in an inexplicable manner. Thus, it all began, quietly, softly, without any pressure or expectations. They admired you from afar, observing, learning, and feeling, yet not prepared to take action. As time passed, those feelings began to intensify. The Page of Cups gradually evolves into the Knight of Cups, marking a shift where their heart's voice becomes more pronounced. What was once subdued now gains strength. What was previously perplexing becomes evident. They start to understand that this is not merely a fleeting emotion. It is something substantial. You begin to occupy their thoughts more frequently. You appear in their dreams and in the small moments throughout their day. Now, instead of merely watching, they feel compelled to draw nearer. However, this also brings forth apprehension. For now, it holds significance. It is no longer just a trivial infatuation that can be overlooked. Their heart is now engaged, prompting them to question everything. What if I am not sufficient? What if their feelings do not mirror mine? What if the age gap poses a challenge? Yet, despite these anxieties, they find it impossible to suppress their emotions. This encapsulates the essence of the Knight of Cups, an individual who pursues their heart even amidst uncertainty, an individual who seeks to convey affection, to reveal their emotions, and to take a risk, even when it seems daunting. This is precisely what is developing within them, a yearning to approach you, a wish to allow you to perceive their feelings. You might begin to observe this in subtle ways. The manner in which they gaze at you, their efforts to be in your vicinity, and the way their energy appears gentler, more attentive, and more concentrated on you. They may not advance all at once, yet their presence begins to transform. You can sense that something exists, something unarticulated yet genuine. Subsequently, everything aligns with the King of Cups. This signifies that their emotions attain stability, grounding, and profound roots. This is not merely a transient phase. It is not something fleeting. This is where their feelings evolve into something they wholly embrace within themselves. They may not vocalize everything emphatically, but internally, they are aware. They understand their feelings for you. They recognize that this connection holds significance for them. Most importantly, they are no longer in a state of confusion. The King of Cups embodies emotional maturity. It represents an individual who experiences profound feelings without succumbing to chaos. Someone who comprehends love not solely as an emotion, but as a concept that necessitates patience, care, and emotional fortitude. This is where the most significant transformation occurs, as this younger individual transitions from merely having a crush to being capable of loving you in a genuine, consistent manner. They begin to create emotional space for you. They start contemplating the long term, even if they do not articulate it. They aspire to be someone you can rely on, someone who introduces tranquility into your life rather than turmoil. This is a development they have undergone gradually, feeling by feeling. This is not hurried energy. This is not contrived. This is authentic emotional evolution. The most compelling aspect of all this is that you are the catalyst for that growth. You have inspired this change within them. You have evoked feelings in them that they have never experienced before. Consequently, they have transformed. They have evolved. They have become increasingly aware of their own emotions, more cautious, more reflective, and more genuine. This connection has transformed them. Consequently, they are no longer the same individual they were at the outset. However, there remains a certain tranquility in their energy. Even as the King of Cups, they might not disclose everything openly. At times, they may still hold back, not due to a lack of desire to express themselves, but rather because they wish to do so appropriately. They are cautious not to lose you by acting too hastily or overwhelming you. Thus they wait. They observe. They select their moments with care. Yet, their feelings do not diminish. If anything, they grow stronger, more stable, and more assured. Clears throat. This is an individual who does not merely feel for you in a fleeting manner. This is someone who has traversed an emotional journey, evolving from curiosity to desire and ultimately to profound, unwavering love. This is why this connection feels distinct. It did not commence with a bang. It did not rush. It developed gradually, organically, and sincerely. Now, it has reached a stage where it can no longer be ignored. Therefore, if you have been pondering, if you have sensed something in their energy, if you have been questioning whether this is genuine or merely a figment of your imagination, it is indeed real. It has been cultivating all along. What began as a small, innocent feeling has now matured into something profound, something steadfast, and something exceedingly difficult for them to relinquish. Now, turning to the Page of Cups, this represents the inception of everything, where the initial feelings were conceived, soft, pure, and, to be honest, somewhat unexpected for this younger individual. The Page of Cups embodies that very first emotional spark. It signifies the moment when someone experiences a feeling, yet they do not fully comprehend it at that time. In the case of this person, their feelings for you did not ignite in a loud or overt manner. It was not intense initially. It was subtle, gentle, and almost innocent. You may not have even been aware of it. This is someone who began by simply admiring you, observing you, and feeling an attraction to your energy without understanding the reason. There was something about you that captured their interest, something that seemed distinct from anything they had encountered previously. Rather than rushing in or making their feelings obvious, they chose to keep it to themselves. They observed you from afar. They took note of the small details about you, such as the way you speak, how you carry yourself, your energy, and your presence. Gradually, without their conscious awareness, those fleeting moments began to evolve into genuine feelings. However, there is an important aspect regarding the Page of Cups. This energy is reserved. This individual does not possess the confidence to express their emotions immediately. In fact, they may have found it challenging to even acknowledge what they were feeling. For them, this connection feels novel, unfamiliar, and somewhat overwhelming. They might have pondered, why do I feel this way? Why am I thinking about this person so frequently? Is this genuine or merely a figment of my imagination? Consequently, they kept their feelings concealed. You may have noticed subtle signs, small hints, and gentle gestures, moments where their attention seemed different, yet nothing was explicit, nothing was straightforward. This is because this person was still in the process of understanding their own emotions. Additionally, they may have felt somewhat intimidated by you. You appear more mature, more experienced, and more emotionally stable. This created a sense of nervous energy for them. They were reluctant to appear foolish. They feared saying the wrong thing or coming across as immature. Therefore, they opted to remain silent, harboring all these tender emotions within. However, just because it is subdued does not imply it is not authentic. In fact, the Page of Cups indicates that their feelings are profoundly sincere. There is no manipulation involved, no hidden motives, no games. This is an individual who experiences emotions in a pure manner, someone who is emotionally receptive internally, even if they do not outwardly display it. Their heart is tender when it comes to you, almost vulnerable. They may even find themselves daydreaming about you, contemplating what it would be like to engage in deeper conversations, to feel closer to you, and to gain a more profound understanding of you. There exists a curiosity within their emotions, as if they wish to delve into this connection, yet they are uncertain about how to initiate it. This uncertainty is why their energy can sometimes appear perplexing. At one moment, they seem genuinely interested, and in the next, they withdraw. One moment they are attentive, and the next, they behave as if nothing is occurring. However, this does not stem from a lack of care. Rather, it is because they do care, but they are unsure of how to navigate those feelings at this stage. The Page of Cups represents an individual who is still in the process of learning about love, still uncovering the essence of experiencing something genuine. With you, they are encountering emotions that feel more profound than anything they have previously experienced, which can be intimidating for them, as this is not merely a fleeting crush. This is a gradual awakening of their heart in a novel manner. Additionally, there is a tenderness in this energy that cannot be overlooked. This person possesses a kind heart. They may exhibit gentleness, thoughtfulness, and even a touch of sensitivity. They are attuned to details that others might miss. They experience emotions deeply, even if they refrain from verbalizing them. When it comes to you, that gentleness becomes even more pronounced. They desire to bring a smile to your face. They wish to be in your presence, even if only in subtle ways. They long for a connection with you, even if they currently lack the courage to fully articulate it. This is where everything begins, for what starts as a small, quiet feeling does not remain insignificant. It expands. It evolves. It transforms into something more profound over time, and this is precisely what paves the way for the subsequent energies, where this individual gradually starts to comprehend their feelings and ultimately aspires to act upon them. Yet it all commenced here, with a tender heart, a silent admiration, and an unexpected feeling they never anticipated having, particularly for you. Now, turning our attention to the Knight of Cups, we observe the initiation of energy movement, where emotions transition from being concealed or restrained to gradually surfacing. This card, associated with a younger individual, unveils a significant truth. They are not merely experiencing deep feelings for you. They are approaching a stage where they wish to articulate those emotions. The Knight of Cups embodies the dreamer, the romantic, the individual who pursues their heart's desires regardless of the risks involved. This is precisely the situation unfolding for them. Initially, they may have internalized their feelings, quietly observing you and attempting to comprehend their own emotions. However, those feelings are now intensifying to a point where they cannot be overlooked. You occupy their thoughts consistently. They contemplate what they would convey to you, how they might approach you, and how they could reveal their feelings without facing rejection. There exists a gentleness in their energy, coupled with a sincere wish to connect with you on a more profound level. This is not an individual approaching with ego or a desire for control. Rather, this is someone who arrives with an open heart. Although they may be younger, their sincerity in matters of love is profound. They are individuals who believe in authentic connections, in love that feels enchanting, unique, and destined. When they gaze upon you, that is precisely the sentiment they experience. There is something about you that resonates with them emotionally in an inexplicable manner. You evoke feelings within them that they have never encountered before. Consequently, they are motivated to draw nearer. The Knight of Cups does not remain passive indefinitely. This is someone who ultimately musters the courage to advance, even amidst feelings of nervousness and uncertainty regarding the outcome. I can sense that energy accumulating here. They are contemplating reaching out, revealing their true selves, or expressing their feelings in a manner that you can finally comprehend. However, it is important to note that they still harbor a degree of fear. This fear does not stem from the authenticity of their feelings, but rather from the intensity of those feelings. They are apprehensive about the possibility of rejection. They do not wish to feel as though you do not take them seriously due to their age. They do not want to be perceived as merely temporary or immature. Consequently, they find themselves oscillating in their thoughts. One moment they are prepared to approach you, and the next, they hesitate once more. However, despite their attempts to restrain themselves, their heart continually draws them closer to you. There exists a romantic energy that is remarkably pure. They desire to make you feel cherished. They wish to engage in small acts that demonstrate their care for you. This may manifest through kind words, considerate gestures, or simply the way they gaze at you. Their approach carries a softness that feels authentic and heartfelt. This individual is not attempting to rush or pressure you. They aim to win your heart in a gentle manner. They want you to feel secure with them, to trust them, and to gradually open up to the notion that they are not merely younger. They are someone who genuinely values you, and they perceive you as someone almost unattainable, someone they deeply admire, someone they do not wish to lose before they even have the opportunity to connect. This is why they overthink every step they contemplate taking. Every message, every word, every action must be just right because, to them, this is not a fleeting feeling. This is something significant, something they do not encounter frequently. Furthermore, the Knight of Cups indicates that when they finally do come forward, it will be an emotional experience. It will not be cold or detached. It will emanate from the heart. They may lack perfect words, and they might even stumble or feel anxious. Yet, you will sense the sincerity behind their actions. You will recognize that this is genuine for them. This is the energy you need to grasp. This younger individual is no longer merely admiring you. They are falling for you. They are gradually mustering the courage to reveal this to you. Therefore, if you have been perceiving something, if you have sensed their energy, their attention, their subtle attraction towards you, it is not a figment of your imagination. It is their heart attempting to connect with yours. Now, as we turn our attention to the King of Cups, we enter a realm that is profoundly deep, undeniably real, and, to be honest, somewhat unexpected regarding this younger individual. The King of Cups does not embody light energy. This is not a person who is confused, merely playing around, or experiencing fleeting emotions. Rather, this individual feels intensely but consciously chooses to maintain control over those feelings. This aspect may catch you off guard the most. Despite their youth, their emotional landscape is surprisingly mature. They are no longer driven by impulse. While they may have begun that way, their feelings for you have now evolved into something steady, calm, and genuine. Just like you, they strive to understand you, or at the very least, they make an effort. They are attuned to your moods, your energy, and your silences. They connect with you on a deeper level than they outwardly reveal. However, this person does not share everything openly. They keep much of it bottled up. You might observe them and conclude that they are fine, relaxed, and unaffected. Yet, beneath the surface lies a vast ocean of emotions tied to you. They have mastered the art of control, ensuring that their feelings do not overflow, as they wish to avoid appearing immature or overwhelming. They aspire for you to perceive them as stable, trustworthy, and capable of nurturing a genuine connection with you. This individual holds a profound respect for you, not solely due to who you are, but also because of your experiences, your resilience, and your presence. They admire your maturity, your approach to life, your tranquility, and even your emotional depth. Instead of feeling daunted by these qualities, they find inspiration in them. This is what renders this energy so potent, as this person is evolving into the King of Cups energy for you. They are learning to manage their emotions, to practice patience, and to cultivate understanding, all in the pursuit of meeting you at your level. They do not wish to approach you as someone immature or lacking depth. Their intention is to demonstrate their capability for something genuine. Additionally, there exists a protective energy surrounding this individual. They genuinely care about your well-being and are uncomfortable with the thought of you experiencing pain, stress, or emotional exhaustion. Even if they do not express it openly, they possess a sense of responsibility towards you, aspiring to be a source of peace in your life rather than chaos. This perspective significantly contrasts with what one might anticipate from a younger individual, as it is not about pursuing drama or engaging in games. Instead, it revolves around providing emotional security. They desire to be a person you can rely on, someone who listens, understands without judgment, and can create a safe space for you during difficult times. The reality is that they have been harboring these feelings for an extended period. They are thoughtful before taking action and exercise restraint before speaking, not due to a lack of concern, but rather because they care deeply. They are apprehensive about saying something inappropriate that could jeopardize the existing bond between you. They fear that revealing the intensity of their feelings might cause you to withdraw. Consequently, they maintain a calm exterior while experiencing profound and genuine emotions internally. This individual is also emotionally loyal. Once they establish a connection with you, it is not something that easily diminishes. They do not quickly move on or forget. Their emotions are profound, and when they commit to someone, they do so wholeheartedly. At this moment, that person is you. They may not have fully articulated their feelings yet. They might still be observing, waiting, and seeking the appropriate moment, but their emotions are far from uncertain. They are grounded, authentic, and steadfast. This King of Cups energy reveals that this younger person is not as superficial as you might perceive. They possess a much deeper emotional awareness and a more serious commitment to you than you may realize. And even if they don't say everything out loud, their actions, their presence, their energy, it all speaks for itself. Because this is not just someone who feels for you. This is someone who truly cares.